I am so excited that you guys are here. We are going to cook an egg roll in a bowl tonight, and one of my favorite things about this meal is I love quick dinners that make it so you spend less time getting dinner to the table so you can spend more time at the table. So I want to help people spend time around the table with the people they love the most, and so I am super excited to share this meal with you guys. Also, if you're in the faster way, this is a macro-packed meal. It is full of protein, it is full of fit and healthy fats, and it is also full of cabbage, which is super, super healthy for you. So I cannot wait to cook through this with you and share some of the tips and tricks that we have ready for you. So if you're following along in Let's Eat More, this can be found on page 21. And if you have not ordered the book yet, I will share some details with how you can grab the book when we are done filming today. So I am so excited you guys are here. Let me know if you're cooking with me in the comments, and feel free to ask any questions along the way. Greg is gonna watch so that he can let me know if you have any questions. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my pan ready, and we are going to cook the ground chicken first. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, and I love toasted sesame oil because it adds so much flavor to the meat that you are cooking. The other thing is about sesame oil is it gives it that Asian flair. And so when you're cooking it at home, you're gonna feel like you are eating at a restaurant once you get to take a bite of your meal. So I let that heat up just for a little bit, and then I am gonna throw in ground chicken. We get our ground chicken at Trader Joe's, but you can also use ground turkey. You can use ground beef if you want to, and a lot of people like to use ground pork. I spent a long time perfecting this recipe and making it just to our family's tastes, and you can do the same thing. So while that's cooking real quickly, I'm gonna have Greg let you just look at that for 1 second. I'm gonna wash the raw chicken off my hands. And so we'll get the chicken going, and then I am going to just let that cook for a little bit. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna work on our sauce. So in this cup, I've got 1/3 of a cup of coconut aminos. It's similar to soy sauce, it just makes it gluten-free. So if you don't mind gluten, you can go ahead and use soy sauce. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. When you buy rice vinegar, you want to make sure that it is unflavored, because otherwise you can get a little bit of a surprise in your meal. The other thing I'm going to add is I'm going to add sambal sauce. It's a chili garlic sauce. If you don't like heat, you're going to want to skip this, and you can just add a clove of garlic, but our family loves spicy food, so I put a big heaping tablespoon in there. Just stir that up. I'm going to get after our chicken a little bit. If you guys have any questions along the way, be sure to pop them up in the comments. Okay, let me look at these. So this pan is an Always pan by our place, and it is awesome. It has a steamer that comes with it, and this spatula comes with it. I love it. It is one of the best pans I've ever purchased in my life. It's not the cheapest pan, but it is so worth it because the non-stick quality is amazing, and it just cooks everything so evenly, and the cleanup is really easy, as you're gonna see tonight. So we're still working on that. So while we're waiting for the chicken, I'm gonna come over here, and I love to top ours with fresh basil. So I just pulled some basil leaves off of a plant, And I'm gonna roll them together and I'm gonna do what's called a chiffonade. And I'm just gonna slice thin slices like this. And this is gonna make it look really pretty on top of the egg roll in a bowl, but it's also gonna add so much flavor. If you guys follow me on Instagram very much, you know that I love to add fresh herbs to everything. And so we sprinkle that on the top of our egg roll in a bowl when we're all done. Okay, so that chicken is almost done. It literally needs 1 more minute. This is how quick you can get this dinner going. And it is so good, you guys. I cannot wait for you guys to taste it. Okay, so I really like to drain this, and I'm just gonna take it off. And I'm gonna pour the whole thing over a paper towel. You could also easily pour that into a strainer, but the fat while it's sitting on the paper towel or anything, so that works just as well too. And then I'm gonna bring that over to the heat again, and I'm gonna add another tablespoon of the toasted sesame oil. And then I am going to put in the shredded green and red cabbage. And this one has carrots in it too. Anytime you can add more veggies to whatever you're cooking, it is a great idea because it's gonna add micronutrients to your meal. And I feel like that is really important, especially in the wintertime when we don't get outside as much. We're not eating as much salad and fruit. It's a really good idea to try and add some micronutrients anytime you can. Okay. So you guys, this cabbage will cook up so quickly. And in just a little bit, Greg is going to make the eggs that we are going to use to top our egg roll in a bowl. So the egg is totally optional. If you don't like eggs, you don't have to put it on top. If you do like eggs, it's great because it adds healthy fats and it adds a little bit more protein, and it also makes it really creamy. Sometimes I put an egg on mine and sometimes I don't. One of the really good things about this too is it's super, super versatile. So if you are low carb, you can have this just as it is with the egg on top and you're good to go. If you are okay with carbs, or if you need to eat more carbs, because we all know that in the faster way, I'm a huge fan of carbs, I love them. We add brown rice when it's a regular macro day. So it's super versatile and really, really delicious. The other thing is the cabbage, you can cook it to whatever texture you like. If you don't I'm sorry, we lost connection for a second. If you don't like crunchy cabbage, you can wilt it way down. If you like it more on the crunchy side, which is how we kind of like it, you can definitely cook it for a shorter amount of time, and then you can just make it however your family is going to enjoy it. Also, if you, ooh, Lair, I'm so excited you guys are having the flank steak. Yum, which way are you having it? Anyway, so you just can cook the cabbage however you want to. The other thing is that if you can't find a mix like that, you can also just shred your own cabbage, and or you can also use a coleslaw mix and then obviously just leave the sauce out. Okay, so I am gonna add the chicken back into this real quickly. I'm gonna give this back to Greg, and then I'm gonna throw in the sauce, and then he's gonna cook the egg. Okay, so just give that a little bit of a stir. Smells really good and it looks really pretty. All of that color is so, so good for you. Okay. And then here's the sauce. Remember, this is the sambal, the rice vinegar, and the coconut aminos. Be sure when you get rice vinegar, like I said earlier, you want to get unflavored. And then I'm just gonna mix that all around until the chicken is well coated. The other thing is, again, I use coconut aminos because I'm trying to keep it gluten-free, but soy sauce does the exact same thing and tastes amazing. So don't feel like you need to get coconut aminos if gluten isn't an issue for you. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around, and Greg is going to fry the eggs because he is the egg fryer in our household. And I'm just going to turn this on low while we're waiting, and then we will serve it all up. Okay, so he's going to do 2 eggs, and he just has a little bit of olive oil in this heated pan. We like our eggs over easy, but you can do them however you like them. Over easy just makes it really creamy. And so we're gonna cook the eggs. He's gonna throw some salt and pepper on the top. And then he will slide those to a plate so that we can top the bowls whenever we're ready. And the great thing about the eggs is that you do not have to add them. So if 3 people in your family like them, but you don't, that's okay, you just make 3. Okay, and so while that's cooking, I'm gonna make sure that I'm giving this a good stir over here. And look at how awesome that looks, you guys. It is gonna be so delicious. Another way to eat this that I really like is in a big, huge lettuce wrap. So good. We also are gonna serve this with, we're gonna serve ours with a big bowl of edamame, but you can do it with, like I said, you can throw it on some rice. You can do some egg rolls. You can do really anything that you like that is in the Asian food family. And it is so, so good. So Greg is almost done with the eggs, and this is gonna make it so delicious. He just flips them real quickly. He turned off the heat right after he flipped them, which is a pro tip, I think, that he does all the time. His eggs are always the best. You'll never find me making the eggs unless he's not home, and then I probably won't even make them. So then we're just gonna bring this plate right over here on the counter, and I'm gonna give this back to Greg real quick. And then I'm gonna serve up the goodness into the bowl. And you guys, literally, this is dinner in less than 15 minutes. I don't know how you could pass this up. It is so, so good. And I'm just gonna make 1 bowl and then show you guys the final product. I'm just gonna make 1. Okay, so then I'm gonna slide the perfect egg on here, you guys. Look at that. Okay? Then I'm going to sprinkle some fresh basil on the top. Give me 1 second. And then another thing I love to add on the top are some sesame seeds. And if Max were home, he would not eat this without some sriracha on it. So I'm gonna cut into the egg and show you guys what this looks like. Look at that. All that creamy yolk is gonna get all over everything, and it is so delicious. I'm gonna take a quick bite. I'm gonna have to blow on it for a second. You guys, it is so good. Creamy, delicious. It is super crunchy. Another thing you can do is you can add coconut aminos on the top or soy sauce. If Tate were here, he would add soy sauce. So sauce it up however you like it. I hope you guys love every bite, and let me know if you have any questions.